Here's our big stat brought to you by Gatorade. Nebraska enters the NCAA tournament as the number 4 overall seed on a tear. Fresh off sweeping the Big Ten regular season and tournament titles, the Huskers carry a nation-leading 21-game win streak into Friday's regional opener against South Dakota, as the high seed Nebraska would host a super regional if they advance through the double elimination weekend. And my goodness, what an honor we have for you right now. One of the most respected names in the sport. Of course, it's Nebraska Huskers head coach Rhonda Revelle, who joins me this morning. Rhonda, so good to have you on.
Good morning, Michelle. It's good to be here with you.
Yeah, thanks so much for making the time, Coach. So we just talked about the Big Ten title. Take us back to that moment. What did it feel like for your team to win it all?
Well, I'll start with regular season, just going through the gauntlet of the season and, just really trying to play one pitch at a time. And I think we've done a really good job of that. And then you get to the end of the season and you look up and you've won it. And then we go into the tournament. We played a very good Michigan game and team. And, that game was back and forth. And then we went in and we faced a really good Indiana team. I mean, both those teams are in postseason. And then, of course, a really good UCLA team who's, number 8 national seed. So felt like we were able to get through that tournament. And, it makes us hopefully stronger for postseason because now we enter into, playing teams outside of our conference.
Coach, you talked about putting your head down, doing the work, taking it one pitch at a time. You've been preaching kind of boring softball really all season, but your team is on a tear, 21-game win streak, top 4 national seed. Does it feel a little less boring right now?
I think I'm revealing some of my own personality traits, boring. Now, when I say boring, I really mean just sticking with a routine and consistency, not too much hype. I think in order for people to perform their best, they have to really stay in the moment and stay present and really keep their head down and stay focused on the task at hand. And so we've been talking about that honestly since September. And we talk about it a lot. And when I hear the players talk about it, I think, it's really being helpful. And then it helps the moment not get too big too. And, this time of year, easily a moment could get really big very quickly. And we want to just try to keep it one pitch at a time and really keep it, bite-sized like that.
This obviously wasn't a one-week story. This was a season-long build, and this team took on some very tough, including in the conference, but of course non-conference opponents as well. Was there a moment early on in this season when you knew that this group could be this special?
I think that I knew it at the end of last season. Nobody wanted to take their jersey off, and that's always a good sign. Most of our team was returning. That was great. We added some key pieces. That's been really important and beneficial to our program. And then when we went through the summer and sort of processed what happened at the end of the season, there were a lot of emotions that people had to process through, including anger because we were so close. But then we headed into fall workouts with, the intention of just getting a little bit better every day. And we even had a theme, close the one-run gap. I mean, we lost 2 games in super regionals by 1 run. And so, we kind of had a theme there, and a lot of our competitions and practice revolved around closing the 1-run gap.
Let's talk about your players now. And we have to mention, of course, Jordy Fromm, been on fire, Big Ten tournament MVP. Oh, and she's also hit .426 with 19 homers this year. What has she meant to this program's culture, not just her stats?
Well, I always want to talk about her off the field more than on the field because the on the field everybody gets to see and witness, but the off the field is, she's an incredible human being. She's very thoughtful. She's got big eyes for her teammates. She never wants to take credit. She doesn't care about accolades. She cares about her teammates. She cares about our team feeling united. She's the first one to recognize someone that maybe doesn't have an everyday role on the field, their contributions and their value to the team. And you get a leader like that that's seeing all of those things. It's really easy to have a great culture when it starts at the top like that with her.
Oh, yeah. It absolutely starts at the top. You hear about leadership by example all the time, and having a vocal leader who sets the tone for everyone else makes such a huge difference. You also have a freshman in Alexis Jensen, Big Ten Freshman of the Year, playing alongside a veteran like Fromm. What has that combination meant for your pitching staff to have that dynamic duo out there?
I think it's been equally important for both of them. And I think they've really enjoyed each other's company and camaraderie in the bullpen. But the one thing, people ask if we have been surprised about Lex's success. And of course, I've watched her since she was 9 years old, and she's been a competitor from that time, and it's just grown. But the thing that I think's been really important to her this year is that she's played around a group of such veteran players that have, a lot of pedigree and a lot of competitive maturity at the college level. So she's been able to just settle in and play her game. And I think that's been really important. And she's just gotten more and more comfortable as the season's gone on.
Coach, the Big Ten championship, as fun, as exciting it is in the rear view. And now you prepare for the Women's College World Series. As you prep for the postseason in the regional and whatever the next step holds, what is your message to the team?
That we're boring.
Of course. Of course.
The message really hasn't changed. And I said this the other day. Jordy grabbed me after a practice on Monday and said, Coach, we're loving how calm you are. And I told her, I said, well, that doesn't really start jumping around in my gut. But, I heard her. I heard from our leader what she was saying. And I think what's so important this time of year, Lincoln is going to be rocking this weekend, and that's really, really exciting. But we just have to stay focused on the things that have gotten us to this point. And the things that have gotten us to this point are really pretty boring, focusing on winning this pitch. And so the message has to stay the same. We want it to stay the same. It's comfortable when we're there. But yet we're in it. We're in it to feel it all.
Boring, but definitely not boring to watch. Very fun to watch. And I got to say, the fans are into it, too. I was watching an interview with Jordy Fromm where she was at a baseball game over the weekend, and she had mentioned that when the announcer introduced her and some of the other players from the softball team, she couldn't even hear her name. That's how excited and fired up the fans were. You're hosting a regional for the first time since 2013, and maybe a super regional if things go your way. How much of an advantage could Lincoln, Nebraska be there?
I'm all in it to see and witness that. I've actually thought about that, and I think it'll be really interesting. I've had some people, that aren't going to have the opportunity to be here this weekend actually text me and say, man, I just wish I were in Lincoln to feel that energy that's going to be happening at Bowlin. And what I'm so proud of is that people understand that Bowlin Stadium does bring the energy. We started before the season started, I started saying, let's get Bowlin rolling, and it's been rolling.
Coach, thank you so much. The longevity, the program that you've built, the players that you've sent into the world, it really was a thrill and an honor for us to be able to spend the time. And by the way, more wins than any coach in Nebraska history. Coach Revelle across all sports, men's and women's. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.